Hey guys, I'm back with something that I'm sure all of you have long been awaiting. This is a 100% race. We're doing another one, and I'm doing this with my league mates. We usually run 25% races during the season, but we recently finished our season and we're now in the off season. And I personally love doing 100% races. I honestly would probably turn this into a 100% league if I thought that I could keep everybody in the league and they all wanted to do it. But it seems unlikely. But that's a discussion for a different day. But this is most definitely a 100% race. And you were seeing my second qualifying lap, and we just did a short qualifying, which is the same that we do in our league races. I think we had 12 guys for this race, so I don't know how powerful or fun it would have been to do a full qualifying session with three sessions within that, especially since a couple guys DNF'd during the quality that we had. So it's probably for the best that we just did a short. But as you can see, it was wet, and the rain is scheduled to make an appearance during the race as well, which personally I'm excited about. It's not supposed to rain the whole race, but there is a bit of rain during the race, which I think is a lot of fun. I think that's a really nice strategy call. So you see me there go fifth fastest, and I immediately went on another lap, but invalidated it pretty quickly. And I don't know, it's possible that I could have gotten in the J-Rack range, but it would have to be a heck of a lap. So P5, I'm happy with that out of the 12 that we have, and that's good with me. So on to the race. 71 laps, as you can see. Red lights out, and away we go. And I got up to a decent start, I would say. Nothing crazy, but I'm just thinking let's keep it safe, keep it careful. I got one toe on the grass, or one wheel, I should say, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Managed to escape that first little section pretty safely, which I was happy with. And I'm still in fifth, which is cool. Hal is right behind me. Kenny's right behind him. Both of those guys are really fast, so I'm not thinking that I can really hold on to this for a long time once DRS appears. But my thinking is if I can stay in range of Ghost in front of me, okay, Ghost spins out. It turns out after the race, actually, he was bumped by KB, who was next to him. But if I can stay within range of KB, which should be possible, he's on mediums, I'm on softs. If I can stay in range of him when the DRS zone hits, I should be in an okay place. And I'm still a little tentative right now with my lines. I would say I'm feeling a little uncomfortable with the full load, the full fuel load on the car. I can actually feel it, and it feels just very big. I feel like a pregnant cow at this point in the race with all this fuel. So I'm just trying to be careful and stay smart. And that's sort of my thing, is just being consistent. If you watch my normal videos, my league race videos, you know that I try to just focus on being consistent. I'm never going to be the guy who is just gapping guys like crazy. I mean, I can build a gap on some people, but usually more often than not, it's through consistency, not pure pace. So I'm just trying to focus on staying clean. So you see how got past me. It turns out after the race, he said he used a lot of ERS to get past me. I went a little deep on my braking there, and I think tangled with Kenny a little bit, which is unfortunate. It ends up not really mattering for him. I'll let you watch the race, but it gave it a little go to maybe go down in the inside of him. Decided not to. Decided it probably wasn't the best idea, and that's lap 3. Fast forward here a little bit. End of third lap. We've got Bode right behind me, and he should be getting DRS. He's within half a second of me, so he should absolutely be getting DRS. You see him go a little bit deep as well. I pick up a little bit of time on him, but I'm within range of Kenny right here, so hopefully I should be able to maybe make a little go at him. You see me hit the overtake, turn on the ERS, and get the DRS benefit as well. And I had the DRS going into the first straight as well, so I'm going pretty fast. I'm over a second up on my fastest lap to this point of the race. And I'm gonna need it if I'm gonna hang with Kenny. He's very fast. He's much faster than I am. You see that I've actually gapped Bode behind me a little bit. I'm over a second in front of him. So the good news is, if I can hang with Kenny here, I don't think that I have enough speed to actually pass him even with DRS, which is unfortunate. But if I do have DRS, hopefully I can stay within a second of him and he can sort of pull me along. And honestly, we could achieve great things if he pulls me along way up into the front pack of the race. Although we may be well out of range at the top three by this point. See, Hal's 2 seconds in front of me. So KB sets the fastest lap. Kenny goes fastest, and then I immediately go fastest, which is pretty cool. And I actually held that for quite a while, as you'll see, probably into the 20s maybe of the race, which was cool. Hal ended up being right in front of me, and I was hoping to hang on the DRS of him, but you saw that quick clip of him spinning out, which put me in an uncomfortable position here that ended up not mattering in the slightest because we get a safety car. And this is the beginning of a saga, I will say. So that was our first safety car. And you can't tell, actually, but this is a new set of softs. I knew the rain was coming imminently, but everybody else was pitting, and I figured it wouldn't really hurt me to go in and pit for some new softs as well. I got a bunch of them. Didn't actually end up using any in qualifying because we had the rain. So I got a bunch of softs here. You see Kenny just went way deep on that first turn, and I managed to get past him, which was cool. He's over a second behind me. Hopefully not able to catch up was my hope. But as you can also see, I'm already out of DRS range of J-Rack and Say in front of me, both of whom are much faster than I am. So that's a bit unfortunate. That's lap 22. Fast forward to the end of lap 23 here, and I did actually end up catching Say. That was slightly because he was interacting with J-Rack a bit, which slowed him down. And also, he started on these hards. He did not pit under the safety car. So I'm on new softs. He's on 24-lap-old hards, which is probably good for me. You see Say taking the outside line there. Unfortunately, I might have pushed him off the track a little bit, which I feel bad about. I didn't mean to, but it happened. It wasn't like an intentional thing. You see Kenny there taking the outside line. I realized at the last second that he was going hard at the outside and managed to get out of his way. But then I went deep on the first turn and made contact with him. And I felt bad about that as well. I hope it didn't mess up his race too badly at the time. You can actually see a little bit of rain coming down. And the timing is beautiful with that safety car, which is our second safety car of the race on lap 28. And we had a nice little sentence beginning there, but now we've had 2 safety cars in pretty quick succession, one after another. J-Rack gets a really, really, really nice start here. He really did that well. I sort of fainted like I was going down the inside there, but ended up not doing it because I was not even close. It would have been a crazy lunge for me to try to go for that position with the position that I had, but I'm already over a second behind him. And Hal is quickly catching up on me. So fast forward to the end of this lap, and Say is very close within range. And watch how he drives down the straight, okay? So I'm on the inside here, and he just went down the inside of me, which I did not expect. I was trying to defend the inside, and then he went further inside, and I just kind of held my ground. I don't know. Maybe the right call would have been to give him a little more room there, but I was pretty far down the inside of the track anyway, so I didn't really budge. I know it's not going to matter. He's going to get past me anyway. He's an alien compared to me, but still. He didn't exactly push me off the track there, but I was feeling a little pressure to give him a little room, and he pretty easily got by. So fast forward again here, and we are on lap 31, and we get another safety car. This is our third safety car of the race, and by this point, I am fed up and sick of the safety cars. And we race no safety cars in our league. In our normal league, we do no safety cars. So this is almost unbearable. I'm so sick and tired of the pack bunching up. Sick and tired of driving behind the safety car queue for 3 laps at a time. It's ridiculous. And honestly, and I mean this, when we do another 100% race in this league in the off season, and I'm not joking about this, I'm not going to do a safety car. When I first announced the last one, people were like, "Oh, we gotta have a safety car, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, we should probably have a safety car." No more. This is ridiculous. There's no need for this. It completely ruins the rhythm of the race. And like clockwork, we have a 4th safety car. And the rhythm of the race at this point is destroyed and mutilated. So fast forward everybody goes into the pits pretty much because the timing worked out really nicely with the track drying up a bit. And it's either ready right now or it is about to be ready within one lap. So we all knew it was time. I go for the mediums. This was an interesting strategy call. So you see how Quoth Raven and J-Rack all on the softs. You see Ghost on the hards. I'm on the mediums. My thinking here was I can make the mediums last, but I don't think I can make the softs last. Talked about it with Ghost after the race, and his thinking was that the hards would be a better tire to go the rest of the race. And he's fast as well, and he's good with his tires. So I don't hate that. I don't hate that idea. I absolutely bumped J-Rack there a little bit. We were wheel banging a little bit. Sorry, J-Rack, if you watch this. Was not trying to cause an issue there. Interesting little play here. So we go around this corner. I see the arrow for Say behind me. Just got out a little wide coming out of that turn, and I kind of thought he was going to back out, and he just didn't back out. And, I squeezed him a bit into the outside of the track. I don't know. It was interesting. I wasn't intentionally trying to squeeze him out. I just got a little maybe wider out than I should have. And then once it happened, I kind of thought he would back out, and he didn't. So I think it was fine. I don't know that he actually got any damage or anything from it. So all's well that ends well, I guess. And I'm sure he's going to get another chance to pass me. It's not like that was his one chance. You see J-Rack have a bit of a moment there, but he's, of course, fine. He's a great racer. And Say, there he goes. Yep, he's getting past me very quickly. Yeah, so as I was saying, no more safety cars in 100% races. Can't stand them. I think it's nice for artificially bunching the pack up, but outside of that, it's pretty much unbearable. So I ended up gaining a spot because Quoth Raven ended up having to leave the race, and he didn't actually retire. I think he just quit. So his AI is getting lapped for a bit there, and Say ends up pitting for another set of softs and goes behind me, but then catches me within one lap and is off to the races. So I'm P4 at this point. KB and I are the only two drivers without penalties, which is a pride point for me. If you've watched my videos, you know that I really try to focus on staying clean, not doing track limit violations. So that was huge for me. But you see I'm P4 here. I'm on the mediums. Ghost is behind me on the hards, and he's got 3-second of penalties. So fast forward a bit. We ran the last 35-ish or 36 laps of the race. It's probably more like 33 laps. Unadulterated without any safety cars after the 4 that we started the race with. And at this point, we've been going pretty hard for a while. I've been running pretty consistently, but you see me get a little cheeky here. I let him by right into the DRS detection zone because I'm just trying to maximize my options here, okay? Because he's absolutely faster than I am, but he has this 3-second penalty. So I know if I can stay in front of him for long enough that he can't build a 3-second lead on me after he passes, that I'm going to get P4 and he can't catch up to me. And Hal is well out of reach. It actually turns out that he ran that last stint completely on softs, and it was completely fine. So we could have done that as well if we had been smart enough to do it. But instead we ran the medium and the hard respectively. And, I think in retrospect maybe I would have gone on to a new fresh set of softs, but nothing I can do about it now, and I think I put a really, really, really solid race together here. But right now the pressure is on me. We just started lap 70. I am roughly 0.3 behind Ghost, but I'm going to have the benefit of DRS as long as I can stay within a second. And frankly, if he gets outside of a second lead on me, I'm probably toast because he is if neither of us has DRS, he's probably going to build some serious time on me very quickly. And at this point, I can't, my battery is about 20%. I've really been using it to its max to try to fend him off as long as I could. I would charge up and then try to do a push lap to stay outside of the DRS zone, and it just kind of caught up with me at the end of that previous lap where I got a little cheeky with the DRS detection and ended up passing him, but then of course got repassed here going into lap 70. So At this point, I'm just hanging on for dear life. I'm driving my heart out. The heart rate is high. I'm in a groove at this point, man. I mean, we've been racing for like an hour and a half. This last stint was 30 plus laps of me just grinding out laps and getting really good and getting a really good feel for the tires and for the car. So I'm feeling really good at this point. I just have to bring it home. And KB is right behind me. You see that he picked up 6 seconds of penalties off of track limit violations. So I don't know it at the time, but I was decently confident, and now I know I was the only driver in the race that didn't have any penalties, and that for me was a huge pride point. That is huge for me. I'm not the fastest, but I really, 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 really do try to be the most consistent, and it was awesome to be able to finish this 100% race without any time penalties. That was really, really sick. But I am about a second behind Ghost here. He's still got the 3-second penalty. We're going into the very end. I hit the battery. I know there's no way he's going to put a 3-second lead on me, so I'm just coasting home to my P4 at this point, which I'm very, very happy with. I didn't wipe out. I didn't wreck. Made contact with some other cars, but nothing that I would consider like my fault or serious. So overall, really good race, really fun race without the safety cars, but it was way too many safety cars. But yeah, I just love doing these 100% races, man. So keep watching out. There will be more.